Hello everyone, I'm Leo. I will be running Juice 2. I will be running the category League 6%, which is a category that starts from the tutorial all the way up to League 6, which is quite a short category compared to the any percent, which the League 6 is around. The world record is currently 32 minutes. And I've brought a co-commentator with me, Ventilo.
Hello, I'm Ventilo and I'm gonna commentate Leon's run.
Yeah. And I'll be starting. 3, 2, 1. Start the timer. And this game has quite long loading times.
So Juice 2 is some kind of legal street racing game. So you're gonna run on closed tracks in cities with cars that quite look like the kind of cars that you see in Need for Speed, so production cars that are modified. And first thing you'll see is that you're quickly introduced to one of the main mechanics in the game, is that betting. The betting is very important.
The game has a
here
lot.
You back out on the bet because it's faster.
It saves like 10 seconds, but we got betted again by another guy, which lost some seconds. Sadly. This game has a lot of emphasis on betting and gambling. You also have pink slip races, which we will get to later in this run, where you gamble your car for another car, so to say. And yeah, there are a lot of characters in this game, which the game tries to do something with DNA points, but it's not actually useful feature, the DNA system or characters.
Yeah, DNA is something that you'll see quite often at the bottom of the screen updating for the player. It's basically some kinds of stats about your driving style, but it's not really accurately done.
It also has no useful feature. It's just an image of your driving style.
Also, here's the first race done, and now we're gonna be introduced to the drift. So this is the intro, so you're given a pretty decent car for the start. But after that, you're gonna start your actual career in the Rookie League.
Ready.
And you're gonna have to buy your own car after that.
Yeah, you get $100,000 from the start, which you which allows you to buy all of the cars straight from the beginning. Every league you unlock a new set of cars. So the first Rookie League you can buy every car that is unlocked.
Also, as you can see, the drift mechanics, the car is not grippy at all. It's really slidey.
Compared to the normal racing, the car is indeed very slippery, as if it was drifting on rails almost. That also depends on what car you're using. You have this game also differs from four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and rear-wheel drive. And rear-wheel drive cars like this Sylvia drift like their own rails, while four-wheel drive and front-wheel drive don't really like to drift.
You can still drift a lot, surprisingly, with the front-wheel drive cars in this game.
Yeah.
They don't have any grip, so...
You got the goods, but you need
so
a
here,
ride to race.
Leon
Pick
is gonna
a car
buy
and start
the
your career.
RX-8, which is the fastest car for the Rookie League.
I will have to tune it first.
It's the fastest without upgrades. I don't know with upgrades. We didn't test that. Because we don't need to. Like, we only do 2 races in the Rookie League. Quite quickly. Oh, and he's racing it. Nice.
Yes. It's
Just
a
putting
necessity
a
in
big
this game.
spoiler and a big body kit, right? Yeah. And yes, the pink, perfect.
What I've done before streaming this run was load up a different save. That was the first sort of glitch in this run. Before running this game, you load up a different save that has completed the game. So you skip a lot of cutscenes. The game puts in its memory, I think, that you already seen all the cutscenes and then it automatically skips them. Which saves like...
It's not really cutscene, but it's just like a small kind of tutorial audio playing that prevents you to do anything for a few seconds.
Just one thing.
Yeah, dialogue. It skips a lot of dialogue menus.
Technically, this is NG+.
Yeah, technically. But there isn't a normal NG new game. So, yeah. This race, every league.
Also, yeah, I'm gonna explain this race because yeah. So here you're introduced to the spooking mechanic. We haven't explained the progression, but basically in each league you have a number of challenges to complete, and you have a lot of events that are available to complete those challenges. You have to complete a certain amount of challenges of your choice to progress to the next league. And spooking opponents, for example, can be one of those challenges. The challenges change on every league. And here he had to spook Crystal Simons, which is always the one in the pink car. But he has another challenge as well, which is to get 3 seconds of airtime, which is what you'll see in boost a lot in that long straight before the jump.
Yeah, there's a crest there, which allows you to get these 3 seconds of airtime, which is quite tricky to do, so that's why I'm saving the NOS for this long straight to get as much airtime as possible over the crest, like so.
It happens that you don't get the 3 seconds, and then you have to do a drift event to get another challenge. Also here you saw the speed limit challenge.
Yeah.
You have to reach 190 miles per hour.
What you can also do instead of doing a drift challenge is just restarting this race and just trying again on this ramp.
Oh yeah, that counts.
Oh, I didn't get it because I bumped the wall, sadly.
Also, one thing I got a few times, I think, when I was speedrunning the 100%, at the start, I was doing the drift race, and I had the airtime during the drift race.
Yeah,
so
I saw
like
that.
a very small jump on it.
Now I'm just trying again to get as much airtime as possible of this ramp to progress as quick as possible through the rookie league. That's
And
it.
with that race, we've already done all the challenge of the rookie league.
And that's the
So,
first
yeah,
league. Every league finishes with a promotion event, the last event of a league, and yeah, you have these challenges, unlock this promotion event, and if you complete the promotion event, you get put in the next league. And this is the promotion event of the rookie league.
Yeah, the menuing is quite fast with the promotion event because you just have to spam click A or X or enter depending on what you use to play the game. But here we are on the track with a very long straight, and there is quite a fun fact about the world record of the rookie league on this track, because the world record is very hard to get for one reason. First, it got the airtime on the previous race without retrying the race. And second, it also on this track it got a little glitch that is very RNG and very hard to get, like you can't really influence it. Because if in an elimination race, because this is an elimination race, at the end of each lap one person gets eliminated, but there is a glitch. If two people cross the line at the same time, they can get both eliminated. If the two last people get cross the line at the same time, they get both eliminated at the same time. And so you have one lap limit, basically, and you can do the race in 3 laps.
I've had that glitch happen twice to me. That was on the another event that on that first event. So it was I had it twice on the wrong event. Quite sadly.
Yeah, it can happen on any elimination event. It happened once to me, and it was on this one as well. But I had very bad airtime on the previous race, so I didn't get to end it on. It's probably the longest race of this category, right? It's 4 laps, and the laps are pretty long.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, I didn't really explain the boost, but you see that the boost is separated in 3 areas. There is a white, then it becomes yellow, and then it becomes blue. And when it's completely full, the N2O logo is replaced by the juiced logo. So basically, when there is less than 1/3 of the boost that is full, the boost is kind of weak. But if you start boosting in the yellow zone, it's gonna be more powerful as long as you keep boosting. And if you start in the blue, it will be even more powerful and even when it reaches the yellow, if you don't stop boosting, it will keep the power of the blue boost. But if you stop boosting, it will reset. And when it's completely full, like here, you get the full maximum boost. That is possible.
These boosts
you can
also
reach much higher top speed. Like you see in the rookie league, like Leon in the long straight reach 200 miles per hour, and it's literally the slowest league in the game. But without boost, you can't reach that at all.
And if it's okay, may I just briefly leap in?
Yeah.
Yes.
No problem.
Yeah. Firstly, hello everyone. This is Howling Mad Mike. We forgade. Don't think that's a word. The standard intro, just because we're looking to make up a little bit of time. But I'm going to be your host for the next section. I'd just like to remind everyone that you are watching McRaeathon, which is live on both the McRaeathon and BSG Twitch channels. We're raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organisation committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who has dealt with mental issues themselves or within their family. All your donations go to Mind, and if you can make any donations, please do, be it, making a donation, like through the > donate, or drop in a subscribe or your Twitch Prime sub. Anything helps, and it is all massively appreciated. But I'm going to pass it back on to you.
So, as you saw, the promotion event is finished. Leon obviously won, and he is now buying the Audi S3, which is the fastest car for the second league, which is League 7. It starts at 7, and then it goes down to League 1 progressively, and then you have World Class and Elite HIN. We stop after the promotion event of League6 for this run, because if we were doing any percent, it would take 4 hours. But yeah, he's racing the Audi as well.
I kind of have to race everything in this run.
Yeah, this is basically useless to modify the cars in this game. It's just for cosmetic. You don't have any incentive to modify your car. but he's doing it for entertainment.
Yeah,
You have
I'm doing it for
pretty
fun.
good customization options anyway. in this game.
You do have what's it called? Performance tuning, performance modifications, which do make it different. But these cars are, instead of ranking them with power or horsepower or torque or whatever, they're compared against each other with power to weight ratio points. So the better a car is, the more better power to weight ratio it has, the higher it is ranked.
Yes, so when he's driving, when he's in the menus, for example buying car or something, you will sometimes see a bar at the top right of the screen, a long bar with a number on it, and that's the power to rate points. It's not the real power to rate ratio, but it's points that are based on the power to rate ratio. Also here he did a drift event, which is the first event of the League 7, and after that he had 2 challenges completed, I think.
No, 3. I had complete
Oh, yes,
one
3.
drift event, complete a solo event, and complete 100,000 drift points in total.
And now he's only gonna have to do one other race in London.
In this race, I'll have to spook Tara, and I'll have to finish 2 seconds ahead of the second driver. And that way I'll get another 4 challenges completed, in total 7 challenges, which unlocks the promotion event in League 7.
3, 2, 1, go!
Also, one stat that isn't tracked by the power to rate thing is the grip of the car, the handling. You can have handling upgrades and cars that handle better than others, and it's not tracked by the game. Surely makes the difference to have an upgraded car, a car that has upgrading handling.
And
But
these
here the leagues are so short that it doesn't. The menuing time isn't worth getting the upgrades. You don't gain enough time.
Well, now I've raced the car, so it might have been worthwhile, but in the normal run you don't race the car, so and it isn't worth it to
Also, it gives extra power. The spoiler gives extra downforce. It's not true. It doesn't. Yeah, in this game the modifications have no influence on the car's performance. Sadly, there are a few games where adding a spoiler will change the downforce or the stats.
like you've maybe seen in Pro Street yesterday, where body kits do change downforce. But in this game that isn't the case. It's purely cosmetic.
You have also a livery editor that I haven't tried too much, but you can customize your livery in the livery editor.
Yeah, the livery editor in this game is quite powerful for even 2007.
Yeah, for the time it's decent.
Yeah.
Pedal to the metal, car 5 makes a move. Ready, steady, burn as car
Also,
7
one thing,
ignites
there is autosave enabled, so the story behind autosave, why we use autosave, is kind of my fault. Because I once had a crash after 3 hours 50 of run, and I decided that we weren't gonna disable the autosave anymore because it was too risky. But then I realized after saying that it wasn't the game that crashed for me. The game almost never crashed for me. It was actually a driver, a GPU driver crash.
The game
I realized later, I never said.
Almost never crashes for me also, only if I alt tab at the wrong moment.
Alt tab can be an issue. Very
Other
often
than
with games, sadly.
And it autosave saves at almost every change you made or race you do or whatever, and which will cost like 3 or 4 seconds every time it saves. So it can, over the course of 4 hours, you can imagine how much time that would cost or save.
In the 80%, I think it's like 2 minutes that the autosave costs.
Something like that.
Because it costs you 1 second approximately per save, and you have quite a lot of saves. It saves every time you bet something. So that happens quite often. And after every race as well. So considering the run has over 50 races, that's quite a lot of saves.
Also, you have to bet quite a few times in this game because there are a lot of goals with betting against opponents, as you'll see.
Yeah, especially during the end game.
Yeah.
During the end game, I think the last league has asked you to bet 200,000 on like 5 people.
And 500,000 on just one. Doesn't matter who. 500,000 on anyone.
Or must be world class that I was picking up. There's also a very different challenge. Also, I didn't mention that we are in the promotion event right now. So after this, Leon is gonna buy the 300 ZX to do the League6 events, which I'm not familiar with because the route changed since I ran the game.
Yeah, the route has been changed. Before we did an endurance event, which had a lot of challenges in one event. But I figured out that if we did 2 smaller events, we would have the exact same amount of challenges completed in a much shorter time. And so first we do a pink slip race where we bet our car against an opponent, which is quite short. And then we do a last man standing event, which means in this game that if you touch the wall or hit a barrier, you're eliminated from the race. So combined with the spooking mechanics of this game, the last man standing events can be completed quite quick.
Also, yeah, the pink slip races that you mentioned, it's actually quite important kind of event in this game. You can basically have a pink slip race on basically any kind of game mode. Because this game has quite a lot of game modes. I mean, more like game mode variations of race and drift. But basically, this game is smart because you can't just Alt F4 if you lose the race. Because if you lose the race, you lost the car because it saves.
It saves right after you place a bet, indeed.
And the thing is that if you lose, if you accept your loss, you can retry with another car, and your opponent will be driving your car, and so you can get it back. But if you Alt F4 during the race, and you come and retry, you lost your car forever. The game is it asks you to accept your loss.
Now we will buy the 300 ZX for this the 6th league. The reason we do that is because this car is the second best car in what's it called? The 6th league. And we use this car instead of any other car because it has 5 gears instead of 6, which you might be thinking that would make it slower because it has 5 gears instead of 6, but it actually makes it faster because with drifting events you're limited to 4 gears, and if you have a straight line in a drifting event where you can go flat out, the gear ratios are much better for a car with 5 gears instead of that with 6 gears. So that's why the Nissan actually saves quite a bit, a small amount of time.
And
It
also
also
a good
is.
thing to mention is that the automatic shifting in this game is decent for upshifting, but when you take sharp turns, it tends to forget to downshift, and you have to release slightly the accelerator to make it downshift, and so having less gear helps a bit with that.
Yeah, also. This is a pink slip race, which we talked about. Here we have to also spook Bobby for a goal. And then in 2 laps we're done. We have then, I think, 3 points goals completed. If I manage to spook him.
Yeah, and it's much longer to spook people that you bet against.
Yeah, and way longer if you also have a pink slip race against them.
Car 2's tack must be maxed after that nitro hit.
Also, quite a fun fact about the opponent that you're facing against, Bobby. He's a guy where if you bet against him, he will always double your bet. So he's basically
As long as you have the money, he
the
will.
best source of money that you can.
Look at that sick power slide from car 2.
Like during the end game, you can bet. Can you bet like 1 million?
Yeah, I think so.
And then he doubles to 2 million or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, money is never an issue with this game.
No, since you also get 100,000 from the start, and winning races gives you like 20,000 every time you win. Money
I
isn't
have
really.
completed this game. I have completed this game entirely by changing cars after every race I did. By selling my car and buying a new one. I completed the game entirely by doing that. So that's how easy it is to get money in this game.
Mhm. This is the last man standing event I talked about earlier. Here we have only to spook Leon and Tyrone, and we have to place a bet with Leon. And if we spook these two, then we can eliminate ourselves. And then then we have another three goals completed.
That's cool. Just one thing. Keep the bump in the grind for the
And
dance.
Leon, he will not. Leon Tyrell will not double. Never, I think. If you do max bet, he will not. He will just accept that. I think
Yeah.
if you do a lower bet, sometimes he raises it a bit, but
That's the only thing that changes between the characters, the betting styles they have. But other than that, the characters don't really have much of a gameplay impact. You don't earn respect with them like in Juice 1. And that's this race completed. Now we have 3 goals complete. Then we have to do one more drift, pink slip event, and another solo drift, which are also quite fast.
yeah, the survival events are pretty quick when you don't, especially when you don't need to win them. Like some, I think later in the later game you have to win some of them, but they are very good to spook opponents because you can really do that in like less than a minute, and you can spook like 2, 3, 4 person maybe.
And if you're lucky, like I had on my any percent run, they can all crash into the wall, and you only have to spook 1 or 2, and then you have a race completed in like 20 seconds.
The main issue is that if one of the guys that you have to spook crashes before you spook him, that could be an issue. But yeah, there are a few tracks where they are very struggling.
Ready.
And now we have another pink slip race. This time it's the drift.
And the person with the most drift points wins the other person's car.
Yeah, that's the drifting game mode. There are different variations for drift. Like for example, I think the next race is Drift Obliterator, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you have Drift Queen, Drift Obliterator. This is Drift King. Drift Obliterator is where you have to go as fast as possible around the drift track with while scoring minimum amount of points. But that is also quite easy since the minimum is like 20,000 points every lap. And I'm currently scoring like way more than that. And the opponents are also really slow when drifting.
Yeah, the drift is very easy in this game in general. Sometimes they can, if you hit a wall, it can be annoying in some drifts. Like because sometimes the AI will get good scores sometimes, but especially in pink slip races. But in general, if you play safe, you really shouldn't have any issue to beat the AI.
Now we have I have one more solo drift remaining before I unlock the promotion event, and then that would be the run completed.
Yeah, this league has a lot more events than the two previous ones. You have to do 4 races. Even though we used to do 3, but it's actually shorter to do 4.
Rolling start. Ready.
This is a solo drift event where I have to score the target amount of points in the top left, and the moment I score that amount of points I can crash into the wall and win the event.
Oh yeah.
So that is also quite quick if you see how
Yeah, that's not
fast.
solo drift, that's endurance drift.
Oh, and a solo drift is
Solo drift is just you have set amount of laps and you have to beat the target score, but you have to finish the laps. Here you don't have to do any lap whatsoever, you just have to beat the target. In one drift though, you have to keep the drift going. If you hit a wall or just stop drifting for a bit too long, it's lost.
You have to start all over again if you didn't score the target point.
Yeah, but this game is quite easy. The tracks are very wide, the cars
Yeah.
are very slippery, so basically
A good kind of slippery. They're not that you don't have any control over them. They're quite good when drifting.
yeah, you can easily score like 10 million points in one drift in some tracks.
This final
And you're
promotion,
never gonna be asked to score 10 million.
but you do have later on in the game. You have challenges where you have to score like 20 million points in a single league. But that's
Yeah, but not in a single drift.
no. And that's combined drifts. This is a drift obliterator event we talked about, where you have to race other cars and be as quick as possible around this track while scoring a target score. I'm currently already in first place, while way above the target score, so this event is also not that difficult.
Also, this track is very bumpy. It's the bumpiest of all. You can see. Also, I have to say the drift tracks in this game, they look very nice. Like there is the one that is below the Eiffel Tower that we saw in the pink slip drifting. There is the previous one which was going through the Colosseum. Then we have this one in Sydney, just between the bridge and the opera. So there is also one in London that we're not going to see in this run.
No,
That is just next to the London Eye.
the Big Ben also, I think.
Yeah, the Big Ben is on the other side of the river.
A fun fact that track in drift track in London is called Battle Royale.
Yeah.
So this game,
This is technically the first, but this game is the first battle royale.
this game predicted Fortnite way before it happened.
Exactly.
Got more drift than a boat. And the scores in the can for car 7.
And this is the last lap.
Yeah,
of the
we have
run.
also some. Last lap. Last lap coming. For me, I have a bit of delay because I have to watch on the stream and they're like 5 seconds delay. But yeah, you have also some tracks in Japan that are very tight and one that has like a very very long corner that's like you're just going round and round and round. Yeah, the drift tracks are pretty cool in this game.
Cool slide to car
And that's it.
It's time.
Car 6 keeps it.
It's done, right?
Yeah, it's done. This is the League 6% completed.
Okay, Tech, do you want to hit the clock?
Slightly below, yeah. Slightly, yeah.
There
yeah,
we
yeah.
go.
Slightly below 35 minutes.
Well, it's underestimate, and that is amazing.
Yeah, I purposefully way overshot the estimate because I didn't know if I was gonna rise a lot of cars or not.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty quick. It took like 20 seconds for each car.
Also speedrun the rising of the cars.
Yeah. You did a Zeros run recently. I saw you had like 38 minutes and you went racing the car.
Yeah, I made a mistake of I forgot to place a bet with the last man standing event. I did, so that was where a bit of time loss came in.
But yeah, that was just
Okay.
to League6. So I hope you enjoyed all.
Yeah, thank you for having me on McRaeathon.
And sorry, Mike, you were gonna say something?
Well, no, you carry on. I was just going to say, if you've got any shout outs or anything you'd like to say, if you say now, we can look to move on.
Thanks for all the moderators and the staff at McRaeathon for having me. It's been quite fun doing this run for all of you.
Also, can't believe we managed to play Just 2 live for 35 minutes without mentioning the main quote-unquote feature of the game, which you can see maybe in the background.
Yeah.
Which is that the game was, at the time, it was trying to attract people by having, let's say, a lot of women dancing. Like, you see what I mean? So it didn't age well in that
It was
regard.
It was kind of going for the kind of left. Oh God, what was that? Dead or Alive kind of.
Yeah,
ethos,
exactly.
But that is absolutely amazing. Thank you for that amazing run. We are
Thank you
going
too.
to take a short break here at McRaeathon, but don't go anywhere because coming up next we have Fair Odd the Capacitor with BP Ultimate Championship Rally. That certainly sounds interesting. I think it's a Flash game actually, so definitely stick around to check that one out, but we'll be back shortly.